get ready with me for prom. Except I'm not going to prom. Let's talk about that. I am a senior. I graduated, but I got my GED. This is me before my last GED test. I'm gonna graduate today. I'm a senior, and what would have been my prom is happening tonight. So I'm having a little prom of my own. I had one last year too. I didn't really have a prom, I just got ready and took pictures. This is the little recap story. In 7th to 8th grade, in the middle of 7th and 8th grade, I got really sick. I was kind of bedbound a little bit for that summer, but I went to school, back to school in 8th grade, and then halfway through 8th grade, I couldn't keep going to school. I just missed a lot of school for a while, and then I was hospital homebound, which is where you don't go to school, but a teacher comes to my house and teaches me everything that I missed at school. I had to stop eating nuts and no gluten. That was awful, especially school lunches. Like, I'm already having the worst time at school lunch, and then I'm having to eat these terrible lunches. Also, a little spoiler for the future that I'm going to talk about, but I also have an eating disorder, so that wasn't fun. So thankfully for my teacher, which is also one of my friend's moms and like a family friend, I was able to finish 8th grade on to high school. We have no idea what we're doing, but we're continuing hospital homebound. Things were a little rough. I had to go to Virginia sometimes for like doctor visits. I live in Florida, by the way, so that was kind of hard to do school during that. In the middle of 9th grade, I actually probably like the last quarter, I went to school for 3 hours. I had 3 classes and I went to school. That eventually came to an end too. I think maybe if it was at the end of the day, I could have actually stuck it through, but in the mornings, I feel terrible. And so I was very behind. I didn't finish all my credits for 9th grade. I'm supposed to be in 10th grade, but now we don't know what grade I'm in because I'm in half 10th, half 9th, kind of. But 10th grade, I did online. I did virtual school, but it was kind of like homeschool. I didn't have online teachers really to teach me. I just did my work alone. 11th grade, or what supposedly would be my 11th year, either 10th, 11th, you get the gist. I had to go to Orlando, which is like 3 hours from my house, and I could have done virtual, but I decided not to do virtual because it would have been too much. I was supposed to go to another state to do like inpatient treatment, which would be away from my parents. I'd be alone and I'd be in a program, but in Orlando I was able to still be able to go home. It wasn't my home, but it was a rental with my mom and my dog. I could have done online because even though I wasn't home, it's online. I can take my stuff there, but I just couldn't find time to do it, and I was just exhausted at the end of every day because we were talking about emotions, we were eating. It was very stressful. Just like normal things, but for me it's like stressful because I have an eating disorder. Yes, following? And that was a couple months. And I actually had to we had to extend it a couple months longer, and then I was finally home, able to do school, but I was very, very behind, and it wasn't the best situation, but I was trying. Then we got news, because we were trying to figure out what's the next steps, how am I going to graduate. I was getting too old for virtual school, so there's like a couple options: go to school or get my GED. I got my GED. I was really nervous but I took the practice test. I could have passed immediately, but I still went to school because I did like this thing. I don't know how to explain it, but like where they pay for your classes and pay for your GED test. And here we are. I really wanted to do an updo in my hair, so yeah, anything's possible. If I can graduate, anything's possible. Like, I still have a lot of things I have to do in this life of mine, but just having kind of like a fresh start, it feels great. Next step, though, is my driver's license, which I'm not excited about. I'm all prom ready. Ding, 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 ding. Alexa.
Reliable with the ladies.
Honey, honey, how he thrills me. Honey, honey. Honey, honey, you've heard him before. I want to know some more. Now I know what they mean. He's a love machine. Oh, he makes me dizzy.
Bolton. Oh, it's recording. How do I take a picture? I accidentally recorded you again. Yeah, keep recording.
I was gonna play Just Dance, but I'm really tired. So no prom party, but I am still sick. So what's to expect? I did get dressed up, and I took pictures, and I did dance a little. So that's that. Also, I just got home from Disney, so who the heck cares? Party.